Johnny Boy, the Sports Guru, coming to you with the latest news. We had a heck of a day in baseball yesterday. We had a heck of a day in NBA and NHL playoffs. A lot to get into. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, first, baseball. Yesterday we had the Nationals and the Mets in D.C. The Nationals come away with the win 8-7. Nats are 13 and 15. Mets are 19 and 9. Then we had a doubleheader between the Blue Jays and the Yankees in New York yesterday. Yankees took game 1 11-2 in a smackdown of the Blue Jays. Then we had the Tigers shut out the Orioles 7-0. Tigers go to 18 and 10. Orioles are 10 and 17. Twins shut out the Angels in Minnesota 5-0. Twins go to 12 and 16. Angels 12 and 15. We go to Cleveland, where the Red Sox smear the Guardians 13-3. Red Sox go to 16 and 14. Guardians go to 15 and 12. Then we have the Astros and the Royals in KC. Astros take the win there 7-3. Astros go to 14 and 13. Royals are 14 and 15. Then we have the Brewers take it to the NL Central rival Cardinals in St. Louis 7-1. Brewers go to 14 and 15. Cardinals go to 12 and 16. Reds take it to the Rockies in Denver 8-1. Rockies go to 4 and 23. Reds go to 15 and 13. Giants and Rangers in San Fran. Giants take it to the Rangers 3-2. Giants go to 19 and 10. Rangers go to 15 and 13. Then we have the White Sox and the A's in Sacramento. The A's take the win 3-2 to the White Sox in extra innings, a walk-off. A's go to 14 and 14, 500. And we got the White Sox at 7 and 21. Yesterday's game of the day, we had the Diamondbacks and the Braves in the desert. Diamondbacks win 6-4 over the Braves in that game. Diamondbacks go to 15 and 13. Braves go to 12 and 15. The other day, Dino Suarez hit 4 home runs in the game. An amazing feat in any sport. In baseball, you hit 4 homers in a game. That's unbelievable. Alright, yesterday's game, we had the D-backs beat the Braves. D-backs go to 15 and 13. Braves go to 12 and 15. Now pitching for the Braves. Spencer Schwellebach takes the loss. He goes to 1 and 2. 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and a home run. And then Bummer came in, 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk. Montero comes in for a third, and Daniel comes in for an inning and 1 strikeout. For the Diamondbacks, Brandon Pfaadt comes in with the win, 5-1. 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Miller came in for an inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Ryan Thompson comes in, 1 inning, 1 strikeout, and then Martinez comes in for the save. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, and that is the way the pitching went for the D-backs. Alright, now for hitting for the Braves. For Alex Verdugo, 4 hits, 2 RBIs, and a walk. Austin Riley, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Marcelo Zuna, 2 hits, 1 RBI, 1 strikeout. Matt Olson, 2 walks and a strikeout. Ozzie Albies, a strikeout. Michael Harris, nothing. Eli White, 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Baldwin comes in, 1 run, 2 hits, and a strikeout. And then Allen comes in with a run, a hit, an RBI, and 2 strikeouts. And then for the Diamondbacks, we got Corbin Carroll, 1 run, 2 hits, and a strikeout. Geraldo Perdomo, 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 RBI, 1 home run. Smith, 1 run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Josh Naylor, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. Dino Suarez had that amazing game the night before. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Alec Thomas, 1 hit, 1 RBI. Lourdes Gurriel, 1 hit, 1 RBI. Kawa, nothing, and Herrera, 1 strikeout. So that is yesterday's game of the day, game 32 of the year for me, and I am 16-16 back to 500. Anyway, the next games we got are the Mariners beating the Marlins in Seattle 7-6 yesterday. Mariners go to 16-12, Marlins go to 12-15 on the year. Dodgers, defending world champs, take it to the Pirates 9-2 in Dodger Stadium. Dodgers go to 18-10, Pirates are 11-18. My Rays beat the Padres. They sweep the Padres in that series. Rays go back to 500, 14-14, and the 4-2 win. Padres go to 17-11. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Yankees and the Blue Jays in the Bronx. Yankees take it 5-1. Yankees go to 17-11. Blue Jays are 13-15. Phillies beat the Cubs at Wrigley 3-1 yesterday in extra innings. Phillies go to 15-13. Cubs are 17-12. So today's game, we got the Mets and the Nationals, Twins Guardians, Yankees Orioles, which is today's game of the day. We got Will Warren going against Tomoyuki Sagano in Birdland for today's game of the day, game 33 out of 162. We got the Cardinals and the Reds, NL Central rivalry. We got the A's and the Rangers, AL West rivalry. We got the Tigers and the Astros, the Braves and the Rockies, and the Marlins and the Dodgers. And now we go to hockey. We go to yesterday's Stanley Cup playoff game. All right, first game we got the Jets and the Blues. The Blues take game 4, 5-1 to tie the series 2-2 before we head back to Winnipeg. Alright, so we take a look. Game 4 in St. Louis, 5-1 Blues over the Jets. Kyle Connor gets the only goal for the Winnipeg Jets. Cole Perfetti gets the assist. Dylan Sandberg gets an assist. And Connor Hellebuck for the second straight game ends up getting booted out and put on the bench for the backup. Connor Hellebuck, 13 out of 18, 5 goals against, and then they bring in Eric Comrie. And for the St. Louis Blues, Pavel Buchnevich gets an assist. Jake Neighbors, a goal and 2 assists. Brendan Shan, a goal and an assist. Oscar Sundqvist, an assist. Alexandre Texier with an assist. Robert Thomas, a goal. Justin Folk, a goal. Cam Fowler, an assist. Nick Leddy, an assist. Colton Parenko, 2 assists. Tyler Tucker, 1 goal. And Jordan Binnington, 30 saves out of 31 shots. So that series is tied up 2-2 heading into a best-of-3 situation. And then we had game 4 of the Hurricanes and the Devils. Hurricanes take it in Newark 5-2 over the Devils. They take a 3-1 series lead and are 1 win away from going to the next round of the playoffs. Alright, for the Hurricanes, Sebastian Aho, 2 assists. Jackson Blake, 2 assists. Seth Jarvis, an assist. We had a hat trick from Andrei Svechnikov. 3-goal game for Svechnikov. Brent Burns, a goal and an assist. Jacob Slavin, a goal. Frederick Anderson, 6 saves out of 7 attempts, and then Peter Kochetkov with 14 out of 15 saves. Now for the Devils, Nico Hischier, 1 goal. Timo Meyer, a goal and an assist. Andre Palat, an assist. And Jacob Markstrom, 24 out of 28. Saving for the Devils. Alright, so that's 3-1. Hurricanes, one more win. They're into the next round. Alright, next. We have the Capitals and the Canadiens in Montreal. The Capitals take it 5-2 over Montreal. They go up 3-1 and are 1 win away from going to the next round and taking out Montreal. Now, growing up in a Bruins family, Montreal is my least favorite hockey team. Alright, for the Caps, Anthony Beauvillier, 1 assist. Nick Dowd, one assist. Brandon Duhaime, 2 goals. Andrew Magapane, a goal. Connor McMichael, an assist. Dylan Strome, a goal and an assist. Tom Wilson, a goal. Jacob Chitron, an assist. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, 2 assists. Logan Thompson, 16 for 18 in the net. So for the Canadiens, Cole Caulfield, 1 goal. Ivan Demidov, 2 assists. Juraj Slavkovsky, 1 goal. Lane Hudson, 2 assists. And Jacob Dobe, 21 for 24 for Montreal. So that's a 3-1 series. Montreal could go down in DC to the Caps in Game 5. Washington could advance to the next round. Alright, and now this game number 4 between the Kings and the Oilers, an overtime thriller. The Oilers come all the way back to win the game over LA, 4-3. Series tied 2-2. Heads to LA in a best-of-3 situation. Alright, for the Kings, Philip Deneau, 2 assists. Kevin Fiala, a goal. Warren Fogle, a goal. Alex Lafreniere, an assist. Trevor Moore, a goal. And then Darcy Kemper, 4 goals allowed, 44 for 48. And now for the Oilers, defending Western Conference champs. We had Leon Draisaitl, a goal and 3 assists. Connor McDavid, 2 assists. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, an assist. Corey Perry, a goal. Evan Bouchard, 2 goals. And Calvin Pickard, 38 for 41 in that game. Alright, so with that being said, tonight's game, we've got the Lightning and the Panthers, Game 4 in Miami. Florida trying to take a 3-1 series stranglehold over their cross-state rivals, the defending Stanley Cup champs. And the Lightning are trying to even it up before they head back to Tampa. 2-2, Panthers trying to take a stranglehold and try to advance in Game 5. Now, here we have Game 5 between the Avalanche and the Stars. They're tied up 2-2. Winner could go to 1 win away from the second round between this hated rivalry between Colorado and Dallas. Now, that is for today's hockey action. Today's day 10 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now we head to the NBA playoffs, where yesterday's action, we had the New York Knicks barely get by the Detroit Pistons, 94-93. Knicks go up 3-1, one win away from the next round. Alright, so we had Jalen Brunson, 32 points. 5 rebounds, 11 assists, and a block. So a double-double for Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block. And then we had Josh Hart, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, so a double-double for Josh Hart. Now for Detroit, we had Cade Cunningham, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 blocks, so a triple-double for Cunningham in the loss. Tobias Harris, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Tim Hardaway, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And then we had Malik Beasley, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Oh yeah, that was quite a performance by Brunson last night. See, man, that was amazing. Alright, next we have the LA Lakers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves take a close one, 116 to 113. They go up 3-1 in this series and 1 win away from taking out the Lakers. All right, Luka Doncic, 38 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. LeBron James, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Quite a game for LeBron. Rui Hachimura, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. And then we had Austin Reeves, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. And that is it for LA. Alright, next we got T-Wolves, Anthony Edwards, 43 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block. Julius Randle, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Jaden McDaniels, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. And Jaden McDaniels has himself a double-double. And then Nasri, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in the game. Alright, so T-Wolves take a 3-1 lead. Back to LA. They're going to try to finish it up and advance to the second round in game number 5. Alright, now we have the defending world champion Celtics. 107-98 over the Magic in Orlando. Defending world champs are up 3-1 and are 1 win away from heading to the next round. We had Jason Tatum, 37 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. A double-double for Tatum. Then we had Kristaps Porzingis, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And then we have Jaylen Brown, 21 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. And Derek White, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and a block. And Boston just shuts down Orlando. And then for Orlando, we have Paolo Banchero, 31 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. And then we got Franz Wagner, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. And then Corey Joseph, 12 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, 3 rebounds. And then Anthony Black, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. The defending world champs are 1 win away from heading back to the next round. And then we got the Pacers and the Bucks. Pacers win 129-103 over the Bucks in Milwaukee. They go up 3-1, and they are 1 win away from heading to the next round. Alright, so for Indiana, we had Miles Turner, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Andrew Nembhard, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. We have Tyrese Haliburton, 17 points, 15 assists, 8 rebounds, and a steal, a double-double there. TJ McConnell, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Obi Toppin, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And so Indiana is 1 win away from going to the next round. And then today's games, we got Cleveland, we got the Cavs and the Heat. Game 4, Cavs are up 3-0, 1 win today. They are going to the next round. And then we also got Game 4 of the Rockets and the Warriors tonight for Game 4. Warriors are up 2-1. They could go up 3-1 tonight. Rockets could tie it. Miami, you're just trying to extend the series. Trying to extend it to one more game in Cleveland. Alright, so. And with Damian Lillard has tore his Achilles, he will be out for the rest of the playoffs. Wishing Dame a speedy recovery. He's a big part of that team. Hope he gets well soon. Anyway, be sure to watch, like, and subscribe to Shawnee Boy the Sports Guru. And I will see you all in what is the best video, the next one. So I will see you all in the next video.